Okay, y'all, so the internet has been talking, debating, arguing, and dragging people all week over this situation involving Megan Thee Stallion and Bia. And honestly, the reactions have been all over the place. Some people think Megan was just joking around and being petty the way artists do sometimes, while other people feel like what she did crossed the line and turned into straight up bullying. And once social media picked up on it, you already know the think pieces started flying everywhere. So here's what happened for those who might have missed it. Megan Thee Stallion was getting her hair done, just chilling, minding her business the way a lot of celebrities do when they're on live or recording little moments behind the scenes. And while she was sitting there, the song Pretty and Petty started playing in the background. Now if you know that track, you know it's associated with Bia, and the moment the song came on, Megan started laughing and made a comment saying something along the lines of, "Why would Cardi B say that?"
No, this pretty and petty as fuck. Pretty and petty as fuck. Pretty and petty as fuck. When I walk a bitch down, look sexy as fuck. 85 bigger songs gun pointing to your head. Down, I'm dead.
Why would she say that?
Now that little moment might have seemed small at first, but you know how the internet works. The second people saw that clip, it started circulating everywhere. And this is where things started getting messy, because fans immediately started interpreting the moment as Megan making fun of Bia. Some people said the laugh alone felt shady, while others said the comment she made it seem like she was mocking the situation involving Bia's song and the conversation surrounding it. Within hours, people were reposting the clip, slowing it down, analyzing her reaction, and basically debating whether Megan was throwing shade or whether people were reading too much into it. Now here's the thing about social media. Once people decide something looks shady, it spreads fast. Suddenly the narrative online started shifting from Megan laughed at a song to Megan is clowning Bia. And once that narrative caught fire, the dragging began. Some fans started accusing Megan of bullying Bia, saying that Bia is constantly getting clowned online, and that moments like this only add fuel to the fire. And this is where another layer of the conversation came in, because people started bringing up Megan's past interviews where she talked about trauma and the situation involving Tory Lanez. Some critics online were saying that if Megan is still dealing with the emotional impact of what happened to her, then they don't understand why she would make a gun hand gesture while laughing during the clip. According to those critics, that moment felt contradictory, and they felt like it undermined the seriousness of things she has spoken about before. Now, of course, not everybody agreed with that take. Megan still has a very strong fan base that immediately jumped in to defend her, saying people were reaching and twisting the situation into something bigger than it really was. Some fans said she was simply vibing to music while getting her hair done and laughing about something unrelated, and that the internet loves turning tiny moments into full-blown controversies. But even with those defenses, the criticism kept spreading because some fans said the situation highlighted something that people have been talking about for a long time in hip-hop. Which is the idea that there isn't much unity among female rappers. Every time something happens involving two women in rap, the internet immediately frames it as competition, shade, or beef. And a lot of people started saying they felt like Bia ends up being the butt of jokes online more often than not. So in their minds, seeing Megan laugh during the song felt like just another moment where Bia was being clowned publicly. Now here's where the conversation got even more layered, because people started predicting what might happen next. Some fans said that if Bia decides to clap back, they already know how the internet will react. According to them, the second Bia says something, critics will accuse her of bringing up the Tory Lanez situation or making jokes about Megan getting shot, and then suddenly Bia will be the one getting dragged. And that's exactly why some people online were saying they don't want to hear anyone complaining if Bia eventually responds. Their argument is that if people were laughing along with Megan's clip, then they shouldn't suddenly act shocked if Bia decides to defend herself. So right now, the situation is one of those classic internet debates where everybody is choosing sides. Some people think Megan was just joking and people are being overly sensitive, while others feel like the moment showed a lack of solidarity between female artists in rap. And honestly, until either Megan or Bia actually addresses the situation directly, the speculation is probably going to keep going, because that's how these online conversations tend to work. Now moving on, because the second situation that has the internet buzzing involves Fletcher. And this one is turning into a full-blown controversy of its own. Allegations, accusations, threats of lawsuits. It's the kind of messy social media drama that gets people glued to their phones, refreshing timelines. So here's where this part of the story starts. Academics jumped onto social media and began talking about Ari Fletcher, and during his commentary, he allegedly claimed that pretty much every rapper in Atlanta had been involved with her at some point. And as soon as that statement started circulating online, people immediately began reacting, because that's a serious accusation to throw at someone publicly. Now, to understand why this comment caught so much attention, you have to look at Ari Fletcher's history in the spotlight. Over the years, she has been surrounded by a lot of rumors and gossip involving different artists. And those rumors have occasionally resurfaced whenever her name trends online. One of the biggest rumors that shook the internet previously was the allegation that she was one of the women Offset cheated with during his relationship with Cardi B. When that rumor started circulating, it sparked a massive wave of discussion because of how public Cardi and Offset's relationship already was. Then there was another situation involving Jada, who allegedly exposed claims that Ari had been involved with Lil Baby. That whole moment created its own storm online because fans started debating the situation from every angle. Some people questioned why the information was being revealed publicly in the first place, while others focused on the alleged relationships themselves. Interestingly, I heard during that situation, a lot of people felt like Jada received more backlash than Ari did. The internet had opinions about everyone involved, and for a while it seemed like the conversation was never ending. So because of all those past rumors, Ari has already been dealing with a certain level of scrutiny from the public, even though she has been in a relationship with Moneybagg Yo for years now. Reportedly around 7 years, people still bring up those old allegations whenever her name trends. And this is exactly why Academics' recent comments caught so much attention. When he suggested that many rappers had been involved with her, people immediately started connecting those old rumors back into the conversation, but Ari didn't stay silent about it. Once word got back to her about what Academics had been saying, she went straight to social media and shut it down. She called the claims cap, making it clear she believes the accusations are false and that her character is being attacked. But she didn't stop there. Ari went a step further and hinted that she might be preparing to take legal action, referencing the kind of legal battle people saw when Cardi B sued blogger Tasha K for defamation. She posted a message telling people to pay close attention to what she's about to do to Academics, saying she had allowed people to play with her name for too long, but that the constant accusations were crossing the line. She also warned that if someone keeps defaming her character, she's prepared to take things all the way. Now, once she posted that message, the situation escalated again because a blogger named Alexis entered the conversation. Alexis is known online for sharing celebrity gossip and alleged insider information, and she responded to the situation by saying that Academics wasn't lying, and that comment immediately caught people's attention because Alexis has previously been involved in other viral gossip moments. She was allegedly connected to exposing rumors about Cardi B being pregnant by Stefan Diggs, and she also shared messages connected to the earlier claims about Ari and Offset. So when Alexis said that Academics wasn't lying, Ari quickly responded. She made it clear that her issue wasn't just with one person, saying there were multiple people spreading these stories, and that Alexis was definitely one of them. Then Alexis fired back again, saying that if Academics needed any evidence or information, she had it. And that's when Ari doubled down on warning that anyone spreading those accusations should be prepared to deal with the consequences themselves. Ari even mentioned that she had already given her lawyer a significant amount of money recently, and that more legal action was coming. In other words, she made it very clear that she's not just talking. She's prepared to move forward legally if she believes her reputation is being damaged. Now that brings up the question that everyone online is debating right now. If Ari actually pursues a defamation case, could she win? Because in situations like that, the person filing the lawsuit usually has to prove that the statements being made about them are false, and that those statements caused harm to their reputation or livelihood. That can sometimes be difficult depending on what evidence exists and what exactly was said publicly. And so right now, the internet is watching closely to see whether Ari actually follows through with legal action or whether the situation stays in the realm of social media drama. At the same time, people are also wondering what Moneybagg Yo thinks about all of this, because despite the rumors that have surfaced over the years, he has continued standing by Ari publicly. Even when the alleged situation involving Lil Baby circulated online, their relationship appeared to continue without any public fallout. So clearly, at least from what people can see publicly, story. He doesn't seem to be putting much weight on the rumors. But the bigger question is whether the legal threats will actually lead to something serious. If Ari decides to pursue defamation claims against academics or anyone else spreading those accusations, this could turn into a situation that moves beyond social media and into the courtroom. And as we've seen in the past with other celebrity lawsuits, once legal documents start getting filed, the entire conversation can shift overnight. So now I want to hear what you all think about both of these situations. Do you feel like Megan Thee Stallion was actually making fun of Bia? Or do you think the internet blew that moment out of proportion? And when it comes to Ari Fletcher, do you think she would actually win if she decided to pursue a defamation case over these accusations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because both of these stories are definitely getting people talking.